After 2 viewings at a Cinebarre theater, my thoughts on F1 the movie. So today is Monday, 7 July 2025, and here I, Tanis Coralee of Seattle, provide my thoughts on F1 the movie after seeing it twice in a Cinebarre movie theater, Regal Cinebarre Mountlake. The first showing was an 11 a.m. showing in the English language with English subtitles / captions / subtitles on the screen on Thursday, 3 July 2025, for which my snack was a box of XL Junior Mints. The second showing was a 12:15 showing in the English language without English subtitles on screen on Friday, 4 July 2025, for which my snack was an order of fried cheese curds with marinara sauce. So I'm gonna go into movie and Cinnabon. So movie, Javier Bardem was better in No Country for Old Men. Brad Pitt, I love the man. He's my Brad Pitt. He looked good. He looked better at the world premiere. So there we go. Sexy, I think perhaps, like, well, not perhaps sexy, of course sexy. And very acoustically pleasing. However, there was some sound editing in this video, and per my little ears, and I think perhaps it's his best movie ever made. And he's unique in actors in that I haven't ever quite hated the guy, I haven't ever burned out on the guy, and I like him for his auditory, like the auditory experience of him getting to listen to him in a movie. And Austin Butler may have joined his category for me. The soundtrack for this movie may have joined my Blade Runner 2049 category. Only songs with words were worse than this one. Yes, so it's a Blade Runner 2049. It was a spectacular soundtrack all the way around and really added to the excellent cinematography. And including songs with words, and this one was like, the songs with words, and like, if they'd gotten rid of them, the movie might have actually been better. But it falls into, I don't know if I have a term for the soundtrack yet, just, it used to be one of a kind. That's how I described the Blade Runner 2049 category, so now it's both. It's like the instrumental soundtrack that adds to the cinematography experience. I now know of one person with the last name Idris, Damson Idris. Lewis Hamilton was sexy, spectacular as well. And then inclusion of Formula One race car drivers more generally. It's kind of cool. It's autobiography / biography, but I guess that's biography. Well, but it was produced by Lewis Hamilton, so then I guess autobiography / biography. In the sense of, if they're in the movie and they're Formula One race car drivers, then it's actually documenting their life story of contributing to the movie while also being a Formula One race car driver. And Brad Pitt's like, what if I go on? Then it's like, it helped start my career, especially all that training I did at Silverstone. So that kind of thing. All right, Cinebarre experience. My budget was $50 for my Lewis Hamilton $150 bill. I went to 2 showings and I got a snack at each, and I was under budget by over 1.00 US dollars, United States of America dollars. Parking / transportation. I drove my 2010 Toyota Corolla LE silver color, still missing a part that I'm waiting on from Mako from one of the door handles. But I was like, I go during the day so people don't hit it at night. I parked there and there was parking. There was a northern flicker on the ground when I arrived on Friday for that one. Tickets. This is my ticket stub for the theater from the Thursday one, and this is my ticket stub from the Friday one. I was in theater 7 and then in theater 5. And to buy tickets is a Cinebarre. So if you are unfamiliar with a Cinebarre is where cinema meets like bar, like actual bar. So I had to procure my identification. People are only allowed to enter if they are 21 years of age or greater. And I am greater than 30.00 years of age, and was when I saw these. So I did have to procure my, I was carded. Yes, they did check, age check at entry. Viewings I've already described a little bit. So the subtitle experience and the non-subtitle experience for the same language as the film was in English they were slightly different, and the acoustics were different. That was more amplified in the one where the theater where I saw the one with the English subtitles on. So I was like, oh, it's like auditory and captions / subtitles, or it was just that particular viewing or whatever. My total time, so if you're doing the notes on sports, books, and movies playlist / project here on YouTube, 6 hours of in-person spectation, and I went solo. Yes, so I'd be like 6 billable hours for the in-person spectation part. Theater, so it was Royal Cinebarre Mountlake, and it's Regal. Regal Theaters is a big chain. The Cinebarres are less in number than the like normal Cineplex kind of format, but it is. I think it's the only Cinebarre in Washington State by Regal. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. And then snacks. So snack 1 was a box of Junior Mints XL, and that one I was like a little uncertain of how to get food, so I was like, I'm just gonna go out to like the bar area where you could place bars and eat and stuff like or place alcoholic beverage orders and like stuff. And I saw candy and I was like, I'll do a box of Junior Mints. So that's what I did day 1. Day 2, I worked up the nerve to be like, I asked the people who were working there, I was like, how do I order food? And in the theater itself, each row of seats has like a table / counter. There's a button to press, and a waiter or waitress will come to where you're sitting and take your order, and you pay there. So I paid with a card there. And on as well, for each one, there's like paper towels are provided on the bottom of the table / counter. So it's like super fine dining, right? And including like what I got, it was high quality and that kind of prepared on site, that kind of thing. And like you could get alcoholic beverages and stuff like that, and so it was a fine dining experience. So that was very cool. It was my first time. So I guess the Thursday, July 2025 one marked my first time ever attending or seeing a movie in theaters at a Cinebarre theater. So that was a pretty cool big first for me. So that's after 2 viewings at a Cinebarre movie theater, my thoughts on F1 the movie, as well as I suppose a little bit of bonus about the Cinebarre theater style itself. Thank you for joining me.